if you consider your boss or your coworker a bully, this next story is for you. Starting today, Ontario is joining several other provinces in cracking down on violence and harassment in the workplace. A new law is in effect that guarantees workers' safety, and here to tell us more about it is Lisa Barrow. She's a healthy workplace consultant. She's written books about bullying at work, and she herself was a victim of it. Thanks for being here this afternoon, Lisa.
Thank you for having me.
Can we start out by you sharing with us your personal experience with bullying at work?
Sure. It happened a few years ago. I was working in the automotive industry and came upon a manager who basically was not appreciative of the skills and knowledge that I possessed. And instead of to move up the corporate ladder, it was her goal to stop any efforts for me to move up the corporate ladder by bullying. At the time, I didn't realize that what I was experiencing was workplace bullying. So basically what happened was denial of promotions, public humiliation, public performance reviews, ostracization, anything to keep me from moving forward in the organization and to stop me from performing at a level that I was accustomed to performing at.
So you said at first you didn't realize it was bullying. You wouldn't have called it that.
No.
What was the aha moment for you?
Well, actually, the aha moment did not come until I started doing research for my second book, In Darkness, Light Dawns, Exposing Workplace Bullying, because I knew that when I was going through the experience that something was
could be laid out as a he said, she said type of scenario, depending on the company and the culture where you work. So how will legislation like what we're going to see today in Ontario change that?
Right. With the new legislation, which goes into effect today, it's addressing workplace violence, domestic violence, and workplace harassment. So if you look at workplace harassment, it is subjective, and so the legislation identifies it as any vexatious comments or behaviors that are known to be unwelcomed on any part. So a reasonable person, how would you receive this type of behavior? So it's the responsibility of the employee to let the individual know that that particular type of behavior or those comments are unwelcome. At that point, the individual who is harassing the targeted person his or her behavior. And so with this legislation, it is subjective, but bottom line is the goal is to create a healthy, positive, respectful workplace for all employees.
Lisa, thanks for coming on today, sharing your personal experience and explaining for us a little bit more about what this law now means for employees here in Ontario.
For employees, what this law means is that employees can now go outside of the organization if they feel that their complaints, their concerns have not been addressed properly, so they can contact the Ministry of Labor, and the Ministry of Labor can come in and do some type of investigation and to make sure that the employer is in compliance with the new legislation.
Lisa, thanks very much.
Thank you for having me.